By hippies. My middle name is Fawn, if that gives you an essence of my childhood. This next poem is for my sister. I learned a lot about my sister by being a support system to her during her healing time. My sister has struggled with bulimia for over 15 years, and she was living with me at the time in her life when she chose to go to an outpatient treatment center. And so she would come home to me and I would bake her 1,000 gluten-free vegan pastries, and I would rub her back and I would listen and I would just let her spill herself onto me. And I have learned a lot about myself through being a mental health advocate. I've learned a lot about myself through writing, but I never thought I would learn the most about myself by being the person someone turns to when they were healing. Who you are when your relationships become uncomfortable, who you are when your relationships become strained or difficult, or the conversations are no longer pretty or easy, who you are to show up for people who really need you, says a lot about you and challenges us to be our best, most authentic versions of ourselves. So this poem is for my sister. We were raised by hippies. We grew up in upstate New York in a beautiful rural farming town, and so I tried to include as much imagery from upstate New York in this poem, and it's prefaced by a Richard Siken line, which is the landscape after cruelty, which is, of course, a garden. So this is for my sister. Scares people. There's just so many photos of me from performing across the country, like squatting down awkwardly on stage. I just don't want to do it. Never say that joke again. Blackberry briar, hunter's daughter, ocean-eyed mermaid. When my sister needs to talk, I extend my arms towards her like a child asking to be held. I turn my palms upward as if donating blood and let her empty the contents of her day on me. Her words file out, orderly at first, and then a swarm, spilling over me like the soft swell of a mushroom cloud until I do not remember where I begin and her need ends. Once I held a newborn baby in my arms. 3 weeks old, naked as truth comes, she felt so small. Her heartbeat a moth I trapped between my palms. This is what it's like to love the healing. If my sister's eating disorder were a person, it would be a teenager by now. I imagine it. Doorknobs for knees, long, graceful fingers like the legs of ballerinas, the beaks of cranes. It would have a favorite book, a locker combination, a best friend, her. I tell her I won't let her live in my house if she lets it sleep over. I tell her I can't see it, but I know it's there. I tell her nothing. And just let the cloud of her day rise like dough, milkweed woman, catacomb breast. This is how to love the healing. To be not the sound, but the receptacle. To be not the therapist, but the stop after. To be not the paint, not the blank canvas, not even the sweat of creativity, but to be the bed the artist crawls back to. Tonight, I rub my sister's shoulders. My thumbs mistake her back for the staircase in my childhood home. She tells me that she is scared, that the waves are rising and the ship is begging to become driftwood. The hounds are howling tonight and the moon is so full it could burst. She tells me that she has been symptom-free for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, it feels so small. A newborn, a heartbeat, a fluttering of smothered wings. But sister, this is what it's like to heal, to get up again and again after the waves come, to retrain the hounds of your body. Dragonfly, child of stone and moss, you are dancing this dance you know by heart. You are crawling out from under yourself. Spring drinker, sack collector, you are drawing a map to forgiveness. Where you live, where you already are, you just don't know it yet. Perfect isn't where we're from, and we wouldn't like it there anyway. Big sister, little dipper, who taught me how to sing the way light streams through a window, how to live boldly and without shame. Sister, when we were little, I didn't know what it was like to face the dark, twisting woods behind our house alone. When I think of what courage is, sweet sapling, falcon of a woman, I see your hand reaching back for me, leading me into the forest, into the unknown, the seam of your shoulder, the horizon of your voice, saying, look, I've got you, I'm here. Blackberry briar, gardener's daughter, you were born to walk through this. You were made to travel that long journey into yourself. Now look into the distance. I'm there if you need me, arms out, ready to listen, ready to sing, sweet sister. I've got you. I'm here. Thank you so much, y'all.